I just want to clear it up for in general. Okay, great. So the second speech tonight will be given by Gordon. Oh, sorry. Take 1 minute to fill out your evaluations on Anna's speech. Yes. Yes. I do. Okay, so we move on to tonight's second presentation, which will be Gordon Yee, who will be doing a speech from his Public Relations 2 called Animal Research. And tonight, Nicole Savoie will be evaluating him. So Nicole, will you just tell us what the objectives of Gordon's speech is tonight?
Yes, I will. So fellow postmasters and guests. Gordon is going to give a radio talk show, but really he's preparing for a webcast. So technically he would be in a room where he would not see anyone and he's presenting. So I guess, where did he disappear? Okay, so he has to imagine that you're in the room even though no one will be there. And he will be interviewed by his fellow Toastmaster, Robert Yee. And I was hearing that people are very interested in knowing what are the objectives of this speech. So because we want to become adept. The purpose of this presentation is to build goodwill toward an organization by giving the audience factual information about its operation and its effect on the community. The talk should be supported by research and present a positive image of the speaker and his organization on a simulated radio talk show. The speaker has been asked to appear as a guest on the talk show with another club member serving as the host, in addition to answering several questions asked by the host. So both the presentation and the answers to the questions should present a positive image of the organization to the audience. And we have a special timing arrangement.
Oh, thanks, Nicole. Ashley, can you give us the timing for this speech, which is divided in 2 parts, please?
I can guess how this is working. The first part of the presentation will be treated like a 3 to 5 minute speech. So 3 minutes the green light will go on, 4 the yellow, and 5 the red, but I don't know if you're going to get 30 seconds to wrap up because you're going to go straight into Q&A, which will be 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes the green light will go on, 2.5 minutes the yellow light will go on, and 3 minutes the red light will go on. And at that point, you're going to get 30 seconds to wrap up, right?
It seems to be, yeah. I was actually thinking, did they get 30 seconds extra on each side? Yeah. So they go 30 seconds on each side. So it'll go to 5 minutes, 30 seconds. And, yeah, and then 3 minutes, 30 seconds. And I've had a request by one of our speakers tonight in this that you must start the timer as soon as Gordon starts talking,
Right.
not when Robert.
So, I guess that was good.
Sorry, no,
No?
no, it's part of the speech. So,
All right, go ahead.
so the first bit of the speech happens, and then as soon as Gordon kicks in, then the clock starts. Now, as Nicole was saying, the speech is a public relations speech, so it's going to be a fun speech. I I'm looking forward to this because I'm very adept in evaluating both these guys. I love hearing Gordon speak, and I also love to hear Robert speak. And when Gordon told me the way this whole setup is, I said, wow, double trouble. Nice. Should be interesting. Not a dull moment ahead. So, as Nicole was saying, this is originally a radio interview, and it's going to be formatted as a webcast. Robert is the host of the show, and Gordon is the guest. The crowd can see, like in a all perfect world, could see Gordon, but he can't see the crowd. So I invite to say Robert right now up to speak for the speech. Animal Research, Gordon Yee, assisted by Robert Yee, Animal Research.
Internet. My name's RC Jr. I want to thank you very much for joining us for this week's podcast, videocast of Other Side of the Coin. I want to thank our show producer, Rocky Raccoon, who managed adeptly to secure a very fine guest following last week's guest of Pamela Anderson. We had over 14,000 comments, and to those 14,000 comments, I can simply answer yes. Our guest this week is going to be Gordon Yee. Gordon is a former registered laboratory animal technician. He has been an invited speaker at the American Association for Laboratory Animal Sciences, the Lab Animal Managers Association, the Institute for Laboratory Animal Management, and the Lab Animal Welfare Training Exchange. Gordon is also a past president of the Canadian Association for Laboratory Animal Sciences. For over 15 years, he worked in research facilities in the Greater Montreal area and has been working for the past 19 years as the Director of Marketing for Ancare, a leading manufacturer of lab animal rodent caging. He is an outspoken advocate on the benefits and necessity of lab animal research. Gordon Yee, welcome to Other Side of the Coin. I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Thank you very much, Robert. I appreciate you having me on the show today. I really wanted to have this opportunity to address your audience because, you see, there's a lot of misconception about what goes on in laboratory animal research. And I want to dispel a myth, and I want to give people a little bit of an insight to what really happens. The myth that I'm talking about, and again, I hear this all the time, because when people find out what I do, that I work in this field, they get this look on their face, and they're a little bit, do what? And they inevitably come back to me and say, well, I'm fine with research for medical reasons, but I really don't support testing on animals for cosmetics. And that's the big thing for them all the time, it seems. No cosmetics. And people are proud about buying products that say cruelty-free, never tested on animals. Well, the reality is that they're not tested on animals anymore. They were years ago, a long time ago. I've been in the field for over 30 years. I can tell you that not only have I never worked in an institution that tested cosmetics, I've never met anyone who's worked in an institution that tests cosmetics. It's simply not needed anymore, and what's more, it's not required. It is not illegal in North America, but it is illegal in Europe, the entire EU. It's illegal in the UK, Italy, all kinds of other countries across the world. It is illegal. It's not illegal in North America because it doesn't need to be. It's not done. There's only one country left in the world that still does any cosmetic testing on animals, and that is China. But they only do it for anything that's being imported. And the reason that they do this is because they have regional segregation for how their products are brought in and where they're tested, and their labs are not up to date to use other methodologies. But even in China, they're working on changing that, and all cosmetic testings on animals throughout the world will be gone in the next 5 years. So it's simply not done all that often. The insight that I want to tell your guests about was the concept of the 3 R's. Now, this is something that's prevalent throughout laboratory animal research. It stands for replace, refine, and reduce. the general idea is that you want to replace animal usage wherever possible. You want to use something else, anything else that's available. That means that, well, they're using a lot of tissue cultures, different types of samplings, things that are known as in vitro as opposed to in vivo. So in glass and test tubes as opposed to being in animals. In vitro testing is used whenever possible. Also other technologies like organs on a chip, computer modeling, all these things are used to try to replace animal usage wherever possible. And this is a philosophy that goes back to the 1950s. So for years now, we've been really trying to replace animal usage in medical testing whenever possible. The next step comes with refinement. They try to refine the methodologies used. These experiments are very well defined, exactly how the animals are going to be used and exactly what information they're going to gain. But what's more is they'll take advantage of all technology available to get as much information as possible. This way they have a larger database of information available that allows them to do things like meta-studies later on, where they take information from a bunch of studies that are only perfectly related, but they get to put it together and analyze it to get more data out of it. So they're refining the analysis of this data as well. And then finally, reduce. They simply try to reduce the number of animals being used. And they do this by, well, one method is that they actually have as good models as they can. They try to have very specific models and eliminate variability. That's why most animals used in research nowadays are actually purpose-bred. Most mice of a particular strain are all genetic clones of one another. They have specific mice for specific diseases. And they really try to limit that variability to increase the quality of the results and reduce the number of animals used. I can completely understand that people are going to be concerned when it comes to animal usage in medical research. But the reality is that we try to avoid this usage as much as possible. And we are trying to get one day to a world where animal usage for biomedical testing won't be necessary. But we aren't there yet. And that's the message that I want to convey to your audience.
Well, Gordon, thank you very much for that. I don't know if you've noticed our Facebook live stream is absolutely blowing up. Our artificial intelligence is pulling up some numbers for us over here. I want to know...
I wish that I was seeing some time about...
There's a yellow light on right now, so we're quite okay. I was wondering if there is some sort of oversight. Is there like some sort of governing body and oversight for this?
Yeah, actually there's tons of different types of oversight. Here in Canada we have an organization known as the Canadian Council on Animal Care. And they will actually go in and evaluate every single facility every 3 years. They look at everything. They look at all the records, they look at all the animals, they look at the housings, and they set the criteria for what's really needed. They ensure that absolutely every animal has some type of environmental enrichment and that they're kept in clean cages and given proper quality food and water. The standards that the CCAC demands are incredibly high. In the United States, they have organizations like the Food and Drug Administration, the National Institute for Health, and the Association for the Assessment and Accreditation of Laboratory Animal Care. And many facilities in Canada actually fall under those umbrellas as well because they're international organizations. So there's just tons of oversight that's being offered. And that's all from outside.
And then what kind of animals have you generally worked with?
I've worked with a real range of animals personally. Everything from fish to guinea pigs to sheep. So I've covered a pretty broad range. But you have to remember, I've been in the field for a long time. The majority of animals that are being used nowadays, over 50% actually here in Canada, are fish. And we're not even talking big fish here. The majority of those fish are tiny little zebra fish. They look kind of like those neons that you see at the pet shop.
Oh, I have to stop you there because at this very moment our line is being attacked. We have a robot attacking the Facebook feed. It's PETA. I was wondering, how do you address PETA when they come in, and how do you just deal with PETA groups?
You know, you can't address the group directly because the people there tend to be relatively militant. I try to keep away from PETA, but people who have PETA sympathies, I'm more than willing to have the conversation with them. And I try to talk to them about how biomedical research helps not only humans, but animals as well. You have to remember that groups like PETA, they're actually working to get rid of all animal ownership. PETA doesn't want you to have pet animals. So we're talking about responsible animal ownership instead, and responsible animal usage. So that's how I would generally handle PETA.
You know, our adept producer, Rocky the Raccoon, managed to squash the bot there. We have one final question. What would you say overall is some of the disease advancement that we've seen from animal research and, you know, practical results?
You know what one comes to mind right away? Look at diabetes, all right? Diabetes, it was first discovered, well, treatment for it was first discovered with dogs, just over at, in Toronto, Anthony and Best, out at the labs there. People now have treatment for diabetes, we have insulin, we're now getting genetic modifications for diabetes treatment, and all of this stuff goes back to laboratory animal usage. So there's a simple, easy concept that people really wrap their heads around that benefited from animal research.
Gordon, I want to thank you very much for showing up on the other side of the coin this week. Next week, guess, we'll be having how many peanuts are really in a peanut butter jar? I want to thank you very much this week, Gordon, and we'll catch up with you soon. Thank you very much.
Well, what did I tell you? Double trouble. What a great speech, and actually, and the nice thing about it is a great way to use technology to make your do your speech. It's always fun and unique to hear both of them speak.